What's up? What's up?
How y'all doing
What's
today?
up, you guys? I am so excited. It's it feels like it's Wednesday. I'm excited that Antonio is feeling better because yesterday was really tough without you, dude.
It was. It was. I'm feeling a whole lot better. I ain't 100%, but I am feeling better. I actually asked me yesterday did I want to cancel today's training, and it took everything in me not to say no.
I don't even think he
I ain't
responded.
respond.
I don't think
I'm
he
like, I'm gonna
responded.
feel better. I know I'm feel better, and actually, I do feel better.
And then,
So
so Aaliyah, she asked me this morning. She said, "Wait, is your live event tonight?" And I'm like, "No, it's today." And she said, "You're canceling it, right?" I'm like, not canceling
not
it.
yet, not just yet, not just yet. We here for the people.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Let's go.
All
Let's
right. So
go.
today we're going to be talking about analyzing deals. We're going to be talking about comps. I know one thing that a lot of my students have issue with that's not agents is getting accurate comps. A lot of
Absolutely.
times we like to use Zillow,
Zillow.
Redfin, Realtor.com. Like those are good sources, but they're not the best sources. If you
And
don't feel comfortable.
right. And they're not going to consistently give you what you need. They're not going to consistently give you that radius that you're looking for. Um, So will it get the job done? Yeah. And one thing I've noticed when it comes to those different platforms is when a property sells, it's not updated as fast to tell you, hey, this property is a new comp in the area, like some of the other sites.
So one thing I do want to do, if you guys got a property that you're looking at, or if it's a property that you bidded on that you didn't get, we're gonna need one or two properties to do some examples. So give us some addresses down below, and we'll plug them in, and we'll see can we help come up with the ARV or after repair value, like we like to call it in my industry.
Absolutely. So for those of you who don't know us, I am Ashley Denmark.
I am Antonio Denmark.
We are your group trainers in REI Decoded. We are so grateful to be your coaches, to be your coaches. Um, I need to know, y'all ready? How y'all doing today? Drop your names in the chat. Let me know who's on right now. Drop your name in the chat. Let me know who's watching right now.
You know, my wife ain't quite figured out how to not
Nobody,
be Facebook user yet. So give us some
nobody
names.
asked
Let
you
know we got
that.
some real people in here, y'all.
Drop your name. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Guess what I forgot?
What you forgot?
My handy dandy. Okay, I see it. I see a property.
Okay, 25, 20. Okay, boom. We'll make
Definitely.
sure that's the first one we do. What's up, Star?
I'm glad he's
Owen.
feeling better too. We got Star, we got Owen. Let's go. Let's go. Listen, if you know somebody and this may be helpful to them, make sure that you tag them so that they can become invited in the group. If they're not already in the group, if they are in the group, make sure you tag them. What's up, Rose
Tally
Tally?
on YouTube.
Let's
Victoria,
go.
we seen you.
Hey, Victoria, I didn't miss it. I didn't.
You didn't miss it?
I mean, I didn't see
Okay.
her. I missed it. Yeah, that came out. What's up,
Mr.
Welch?
Welch in the building.
Go. Let's go. Let's go. Is your phone on silent?
Nope.
Okay, let's
It
go
is
on
on
silent.
silent.
Okay. All right. Let's do it, Tanya. You ready?
Let's go. Let's go. As always, man, y'all ask your questions. If you don't understand something, ask. The thing that we find most important is you're asking questions. If you're not asking questions, that means you don't understand. There's probably nothing we do to where you just don't have a question or we just explain it that good. We ain't that great, y'all. So ask your questions and make sure you communicate with us because the more energy you give us, the more energy we can give you.
Yeah, and we're big on not holding back. So ask us the questions so we can give you the answers. What we don't want you to do is leave here and you're trying to figure it out. Your wheels are still spinning. No, you need to be able to execute. And the only way you execute is with enough information. So let's do it.
Let's go. We got Alex Cornelius.
Chris
Justin Hawkins in the building. All right, let's go. Let's go.
I think that was the tag, but you know.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
All right. So we're going to talk about the 5-minute guide to analyzing deals for beginners. when we're analyzing deals, sometimes it seems like it's so much, and we look at it as such a broad thing, like it's so daunting. But you guys, it's really simple. It's really quick. You just got to put these systems in place. All right. So let's do it. Let's talk about it. So our deal formula when it comes to what makes a deal is ARV. I need y'all to know these terms, so let me tell you what it is. What's an ARV? An ARV is your after repair value. How much is that house worth once it's fixed up, once it's all cute, once it's gorgeous? How much is it worth? All right. We're going to times that by 70%. Why 70%, Tanya?
70% is the rule of thumb. That usually gives you enough spread to pay financing, to pay realtors, to pay anybody that's involved, and that you can usually make money. On most real estate deals, you're looking to make about 10 to 15% profit. So 70% is a number that the industry kind of have adopted to say, hey, if you can buy a deal within these numbers, then you have a deal. Now, in some markets, it's a little different. I know in the Atlanta market, they're buying deals at 75%, y'all.
Sometimes 80.
Sometimes 80. But it all depends on the value of the property. So the higher the value, the higher leverage you can be on that property. General rule of thumb is 70%. Once you go over 70%, you got to kind of know what you're doing in that range.
Yeah.
Right. So let's give some math equations. Well, you didn't finish the equation. I'm sorry, go.
No problem. No problem. All right. So ARV, after repair value, times 70% minus the repairs that are going to be needed on the house. All right. That gives you your MAO, the maximum amount that you can offer. Okay. MAO stands for maximum allowable offer. So you don't forget, that's the most I can pay for this house, but I have to subtract my repairs.
All right. So let's do a quick, can we whiteboard, or is that too much to ask right now?
Let me see what I can do.
All right. So we're going to do some quick numbers. So let's say that our ARV is $100,000. If we're going to times that by 70%, that's going to give us a number of $70,000. That's our all-in number. All right. We're going to minus our repairs from 70,000. Let's hypothetically say our repairs are $20,000. That means our MAO is $50,000. That's how much we can offer to the seller. That's the maximum allowable offer that we can give to the seller. All right. So I'm going to go over it again real quick. Simple. It's not rocket sciences. My 10-year-old daughter know how to do this.
She
y'all.
does.
All
She
right?
does. She can tell us if it's a deal or not a deal.
It's simple. ARV is $100,000. We're going to times that by 70%. That's going to give us $70,000. We're going to subtract our repairs, which in this example, our repairs are $20,000. That's going to give us $50,000. That's the MAO, maximum allowable offer. That's the most that we can offer to that seller. All right, to make sure that we are making money in the deal and we're not being high risk takers. All right.
So for the record, I couldn't find that in time, but I hope you guys got it. All right.
If you got it, give me a thumbs up if you understand that part.
If you got it,
if you understand MAO, if you understand ARV, just that short part right there, give me a thumbs up. Okay, got it. Boom. Love it. I see all the, I wish I had a name, but I see somebody throwing a yo up. That's probably a new, but
they put okay.
No, that's probably a new. All right, so that's like the basic step. Now, the thing that follows it is, how do you get the ARV? That's the tricky part to the equation. Well, one of the tricky parts is how do you get the ARV? So what we want to kind of go over some things that, because what makes up the ARV. If you hear the word comps, that is short for comparables. Okay, So if you hear a comparable, that is short. That is what we are using to get the after repair value.
Nope, it was the AKA. Thank you.
Y'all so funny. Y'all so funny.
But it was just an okay.
Okay. All right. So let's go over how do we get the ARV.
All right. So you ready to go?
You got it.
Okay. Wait, you didn't go over comps.
I know.
Okay. So how do we get the ARV? The most important thing with getting the ARV is determining what the comps are. Comps can literally make or break a deal. Comps help you understand what that rehab budget is because you're going to look at the finishes. You're going to make sure that the finishes that you are about to do in your rehab is comparable with other finishes that have been selling in that area and for that price point. And it's really great with understanding exactly what the value is once it's fixed up. So comps is probably the far most important thing when it comes to the ARV. If you don't get your comps right, then it's a good chance that your numbers are going to be off.
Yep.
All right. So when we're looking at comps, we are looking at comps that are similar in square feet. We're looking at comps that are similar in year built. So, for example, if the property that you're looking at was built in the 80s, you want to make sure the comps that you're looking at is built around that time frame too. All right. Similar in finish. I just talked about that. Similar in bed and bath. It doesn't have to be exact, but it needs to be really similar. All right. Must be sold in the last 6 months. And they must be in a 0.5 mile radius.
One thing I will say is that a comp is consistent of a sold property. All right.
Facts.
So if it is still on the market, that's not considered a comp, y'all.
And let me say why that's not considered a comp. It can stay on the market for 6 months where the owners may have to drop it. So while you're looking at it, if it's high, you're looking at it like, oh, well, I should be able to list for that price. That's a good comp because and the other one sold for 150, but this one sold for 175. It hasn't sold yet.
Yeah, so not saying don't look at the active properties. Like, yes, look at them, but you can't put them into your equation as a part of your ARV. All right, that's super important.
Yeah. But you do want to look at it. You do want to see where it's trending. You do want to see what's going on. But just put that in the back of your head. It's still not your comp.
All right.
All right.
So we I'm gonna say at the Denmarks, but
the Denmarks have developed this rule.
We kind of got some rule for comps that makes it easy. All right. So we call it our 333 rule.
Have you ever heard anyone saying 333? This is the 333 rule.
So our first three is 300 square feet. We do not like to compare properties that are 300 square feet bigger or 300 square feet smaller. So if our property is 1,000 square feet, then if the sold comp is more than 1,300 square feet, we don't like that property. If the sold comp is 690 square feet, we don't like that property. So we like to stay within a 300 square foot radius of our subject property. All right. So that's our first three. Our second three is 30 years. So like Ashley was saying, if the subject property is built in 1980, we don't really like to compare it to houses that was built in 1940. The same way as the other direction. We don't like to compare it to houses that was built in
2010. Real big. 2010.
2020.
80, 90, 20.
10 to work.
10.
Yeah.
10 is right
so
here.
Understand that that's kind of what we like from a year built standpoint. Also, this 30,000 between comp 1 and 2. So before I go too deep in that, how we like to get our ARV is we're going to take the top 3 sold comps and divide it by 3. That equals our ARV. All right. But if between comp 1 and comp 2, if there's more than a $30,000 difference in sale price, we're going to throw comp 1 out.
We're going to throw the largest one out.
So now, if there's a $30,000 difference between comp 2 and 3, we'll keep that. Example, just not to confuse you. So let's say comp 1 sold for $150, comp 2 sold for $140, comp 3 sold for $100. I would take all three of them, add them up, divide it by 3. That's my ARV. Because comp 1 and 2 was only $10,000 apart. But let's say comp 1 sold for $200,000, comp 2 was $150, and comp 3 was $140. I would throw that $200,000 comp out because that's an outlier to us. That's not a consistent number to invest your money off of. I'm not telling you can't list the property for $200,000. What I'm saying is I don't want to invest my money off of ARV that high if that's the only property in the area that has sold for that much. All right. Any questions with the 333 rule?
Drop it in the chat. Let us know what questions you have.
All right, we're gonna look up. We're gonna go to this program that we use to help us with comp. So this program we use is a paid program, y'all, but it's the closest thing that I've seen to accurate comps compared to a realtor standpoint. Realtors have all the access to MLS and the RPRs, but for people, like when we first started, we didn't have access to those things.
Right.
So there was things like PropStream and Privy and those things, but those things was like $100 or more a month. And I found this program that gives me better data than those programs, and it's cheaper. So we're gonna kind of go and do some deals real quick just to show you kind of how the program works and how you can do it.
You want to do that one?
Yep, 25. If you got a property, we want to do at least 2. So we got one of them, 2520 Reed Road. We want to do another one if you can put it in there.
Tell me where I go right here.
Yep. You want me to do it because you like you lost?
I haven't shared it yet, so I was trying to put it in.
Okay. Put Victoria. Just put Victoria right there. I can have Victoria there. I put the address. 2520.
It didn't work. Hold on. My number's locked off. Yep.
All right.
Let me share it before you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was already sharing. My bad, y'all. My bad.
I just wanted to make sure I was in the right section. All right, get data. Bam. That's the address.
So boom. So the only thing we did so far was put the address in, hit get data, and it pulled up all the data for the most part that's on here. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 1978. All that matters. 1,900 square feet. So them are all the things that we're looking at to compare to our property. I like to write them down because when I'm looking at comps, it's a lot easier.
So what Antonio just wrote down was the bed and bath, the year it was built, and the square feet.
All right. So in order to kind of get what we're doing and how we're moving, we're going to look at comparables. All right. So right here, we can adjust the comparables. All right. So we got property type. We're going to do single family properties. Square feet, they kind of already programmed that. Year built, they kind of already programmed. Now you can adjust this how you want to adjust it. I would definitely take my sold comps for 6 months. Bed's good, bath's good, and I'm gonna bring my distance within a 0.5 mile radius. All right. And right now, this is giving me all the comps that are in the area. All right. So what I like to do is go through and hit the ones that I see are the highest ones. So that's 225, 190, 200, 240. I know that 700 ain't real, so I ain't worried about that.
And then you got 280.
Then you got a 280. So right now, I'm looking at potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comps. And what I want to do is narrow this down to 3 comps. All right. So I'm gonna look at this 280 comp, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,200 square feet, built in 1994, sold for 280,000. I personally don't like this comp because of, we ain't telling about this part. +2.
Go ahead.
All right. Because of our +2 situation. So if a comp has more bedrooms, that's a +1. Has more bathrooms, that's a +1. I don't like that comp. I don't want to compare a 3-2 property to a 4-3 property. Those are not comparable to me. So I'm gonna take this off.
And the square feet.
And the square feet is almost 300 square foot more. So I don't feel like that's a good comp to what we got going on. All right. 3-2, 1,700 square feet, 1998. I think that's a pretty good comp.
That's a really good comp.
4-2, 1,700 square feet, 1958. That's an okay comp. 3-2, 1,500 square feet, built in 1968. That's a pretty good comp too. 3-2, 1,800 square feet. Because we 1,900 square feet. All right. So keep that in mind. We 1,900 square feet. So I think that's a pretty good comp too. So what I'm going to look for the 3 highest comps out of the 3 comps I have selected. So this 249, this 225.
Ooh, when they right on top of each other, 200 and 199.
I would probably take the 199.
Why would you take the 199?
I would take the 199 because I feel like if this property is only 1,587 square foot and it sold for 200,000, I'm sure my property will sell for more. So I'm gonna do that. Boom. All right. So my ARV. Somebody tell me what my ARV is on this property right here.
So we are adding these 3 sales prices: the 225, the 199, the 249.9, and we're going to divide it by 3. So what's the ARV? Type it in the chat.
All right, I know what my ARV is. So I give y'all a little time. I know it's a little delayed, so I give y'all a little time to catch up. So we got 3 comps. We have
a 225, 225,000. Comp 2 is 199,000, and comp 3 is 249,900.
All right. So if you got that ARV, I see a question. You're gonna put it in there. If you have that ARV, let us know what that ARV came out to.
In the chat.
In the chat. You added them all up, divided by 3. Boom. Perfect. 224.
Yep.
All right. So that's what our ARV is on this property. So if I had to do an ARV, I'd do it on 224. Now, somebody asked a question. So basically, did we look at the pictures to verify? To verify the condition of the property? Yes, I will look at pictures to verify the condition of the property. But experience tells me that if I can get 3 comps that similar, I'm sure that they are remodeled properties. But you can always look at the comps. What you got going on?
Go ahead. I'm gonna pull up one of them.
Okay.
You can always look at the comps.
Yes, you can always look at the comps to verify kind of what it looked like and what type of property that was sold. Now, I can definitely use Realtor or Zillow for that information because I'm looking at the finished pictures. There you go. That's it. So this was 2309 Applewood Drive.
Let me share it with you so you can.
I'm gonna get the MAO. We're gonna get the MAO. Just stay tuned. What you got going on, babe?
I'm trying to pick the right one, and bam.
So this is one of the comps. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet.
Looks amazing.
It's totally redid. New flooring, new paint, new light fixtures.
Ceiling fans makes me feel like
bathroom.
May have did it or managed it.
So this property redid.
Absolutely. All right. So we know the one that sold for $249 was definitely redid. So let's go to the smaller one. Let's go to the $199 and see what that looks like.
Just hit the all images like you did last time, babe.
I was going directly to the source. I got you. I got my own way.
I got you.
All right. This is the one that sold for $199,000. All right. So new kitchen looks really good.
New cabinets, granite countertops, new knobs and hinges.
New paint, recessed lighting, ceiling fans. Master bath looks really good from right here. A new deck. So yeah.
So it's been redid.
All right.
All right. So you got third one, you good on that one. So what's the MAO? So in order to get the MAO, we would need pictures of the property. But let's just hypothetically say that the rehab was $35,000 on this property.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Somebody give me the MAO if the rehab is $35,000. What you doing, man?
Focus. I got you.
I am focused.
I got you. I'm gonna post that in just a second.
So somebody give me the MAO. So if the ARV, I'll just round it off to 225. ARV's 225. Our repairs are $30,000.
What's the MAO?
So I got a 122.5 in the group. All right. Anybody else want to give it a shot? ARV 225, 224. Rehab is 35. Did I say 30 or 35?
30. You said 30.
Did I say 30 or 35?
You said 35.
Okay. 35,000. 35,000. Yep, there we go. So the MAO on this property is 122.5. All right. That's the max that we can offer them. Now, my initial offer will probably be 110, 115, just to kind of get some negotiating power.
Right.
But that's it, y'all. Another thing I want to show you about the software is the software will help you calculate that number we just did. So go back to Rehab Evaluator. So the question was, can you go back to the question real quick while you go to that? Did you subtract?
Don't you subtract?
Don't you subtract profit and expenses also? I use the 70%. That's the quickest way to do it to calculate my profit on deals.
And it already, your profit and expenses are already a part of that 30%. That's
the gross profit on the deal.
70% gets you there so much faster, so that you're able to quickly analyze it and not waste a lot of time.
And some people do it different. Some people say, hey, I want to make $40,000, and they do it that way.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own formula. We just like this formula because this is quicker for us, and this is how we can consistently teach our people to do.
Yeah, this is how we are consistently making offers and not wasting any time. Someone put, I get to 70%, but what is normal holding cost? It kind of depends on your deal. It kind of depends on your market, on your deal, what those normal holding costs is. But it should be within that 30% from that 70.
And sometimes I'll even put that into my rehab. So I'll put some of that stuff in my rehab if I need to. Now I don't put my monthly payments if I get financing into that. That's a different category. But if like power, water, things of that nature, I can put that into my scope of work. All right, so
ready?
Let's go. Okay. Go to there you go. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So this is a quick offer calculator. All right. So you can come in here and you can kind of play around with some stuff to see what you can offer on. Also, I don't see my. So let's do this address.
It was, let me go back.
2520, just put Reed Road. ARV was 224. I'm sorry. My lapse of allowable offer was 70%. My repairs was 35,000. My buying costs just put 1,000. Closing costs just put 1,000.
Go to it. That's a percent.
Just leave them also now, so you can get the straight answer. Yeah. If you want a wholesale profit on this, let's say you're a wholesaler and you want to make $10,000. Boom. That's your maximum offer right there. All right. So this can kind of help expedite some of those numbers that you want to do. If you want to make $20,000. Boom. That's your offer right there. So understand, like,
if you're not a wholesaler and you're dealing directly and you just want to know, okay, how much can I pay for this house, then just leave that out completely. And your maximum offer that you can make on this house is $121,800.
All right. Let's do one more comp scenario. Somebody else gave you a profit. I'm sorry. Here you go.
Okay, so people are asking us what's the tool and making sure that they can get to it. So I'm going to put it at the bottom, but I'm going to also tag it in the comments. Yasmin is going to tag it for me on Facebook, and then I'm tagging it on YouTube, so that way you guys have it.
There is a free trial to that software. It's like $1. Man, y'all try it out. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed because it's going to give you good comps. It's going to help you with organizing all your things. You can put your rehab. It's a lot of things that software can do. All right, let's do another address.
Okay. I'm going to it, looking for it.
Right there.
13.
56.
Let me see 56. Oh, okay. That's not 56. That's 65.
That's 65. My bad.
65, 63.
New deal.
$65, 63. Talia, what's the drive?
Oh no, I ain't write that much.
Where were you writing down? And Talia Drive.
We had some comments when you hit 2. I was gone.
Perfect. All right. It's a 3-2. It was built in 1980, 1,008 square feet.
All right, so that's all I really need to get my save.
Yeah.
Comparables to the left.
I can't see it with them.
You can go right there too. So I'm gonna adjust this again to 6 months. I'm gonna adjust this again to a 0.5 mile radius. Single family. All that's good. So these are the comps that we see. All right. I see a 215.
I see a 220.
187, 220,
192.
192.
This 3 million, I'm not clicking it. Yes, it's the highest, but that means it probably was a package deal. It probably was a portfolio, and it's just one of the few houses that's in there.
I think those are the 4 best ones I see.
All right.
All right. So now let's analyze them. 3-2, 1,062 square feet. That's a pretty good comp. I like that.
Did you write it down?
Yeah. Okay. We got 1,008 square feet, and we was built in 1980. So this is a really good comp right here.
Mm-hmm.
All
so
right.
we keeping the 192.
The 192. We're gonna go to the 220. 3-2, 1,093 square feet, 1981.
That's a really good.
That's a really good comp too.
We keeping that one. All right.
3-2, 1,100 square feet.
1988,
187.
I'm probably keeping that.
Probably keep it for now.
And one of the reasons why I'm keeping it is because it's on the same street.
Yeah.
All right, run it.
3-2, 1,100 square feet, 1995, 215. All right. So comps that we know we're gonna keep that are best. I think that this is, and I'm looking for the 3 highest comps. So 220
is a keeper.
192.
Mm-hmm. And 215. Might as well. I know 215. 187 is closer, but I will go with 215.
But I'll go at 215 because it's higher. All right. So what's my ARV on these 3 properties?
Type it in the chat. What's the ARV, y'all? It is 215, 220, 192, 310, $192,310.
All right. So while you're calculating that, let's go back to the question. I seen one that I didn't answer.
Someone put, please do the one in Pinson. I hope that's the one in Pinson that you were asking. So remember, when we are running our numbers, we are doing those three comps. We're adding them up and then we're dividing them by 3. So make sure you divide it by 3 to get your average.
215, 220, 192, 310. Somebody fast. 209, 103.
Absolutely.
So that's our ARV on this property. Our ARV will be 209,000. I probably drop the 103 and just do 209,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So go up. So I think I had missed some
Right
stuff.
here.
Are these comps and rehab evaluated? Yes. That's the software that we're using. We got a link for a free trial in there. That's as simple as that. That's so much better than realtor.com, Zillow,
Zillow.com.
Redfin. That's so much better. Go back up some. Go. I think I see something. Okay, now. Okay, we answered that one. Okay, I think we answered them. Okay. All right. So let's say that the rehab on this property is $30,000. What's our MAO? So it was 209, 103 minus
30,000
no
times 70% minus 30,000.
So what's our MAO on this pension property? MAO stands for maximum allowable offer. If you missed that part, go back to the beginning of the training. Boom. There you go.
That's right.
That's it. That's how you analyze deals, y'all. That's how you make deals with. That's how you make offers with confidence. All right. Have good comps. Do your numbers and roll with it.
Absolutely. So we talked about the Denmark's rule for the 333 rule. Let's talk about your next steps. So once you've identified the comps, you looked at the pictures to make sure.
Somebody put you killing it, Victoria. Victoria beats with the numbers now.
That's right.
She got an unfair advantage, y'all. She is one of our students, so she do have a little unfair advantage, but it's repetition.
It's repetition. All right, so we're looking at the pictures. We're making sure it's comparable. I have an unfair advantage to this, to where I know certain, because you guys gave me comps that are all in Birmingham, I know certain areas and what things are selling for, so I can look without looking at the pictures. But you want to make sure, go to Redfin, put the address in Google that you get from Rehab Evaluator, put the address, and then make sure that they are comparable. All right. We like to use our base scope of work. So we know that for our basic rehab, it's going to start at 25,000. And then we increase based on what's not included in our base rehab. So things that's not included, some things that's not included in our base
rehab first.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so things that's included in our base 25 rehab. Rehabs are basic. They're simple, y'all. It's just the same thing over and over for the most part. So when we say our base 25 rehab,
we're talking about a property that has 15,000 or less square feet. Go.
Yes. We know we're going to paint the inside. We know we're going to paint the outside. We know we're going to update the kitchen. We know we're going to update 2 bathrooms. We know that we are going to service the HVAC. We know that we're going to put new flooring throughout the house. We know that we're going to put granite countertops in the house. We're going to paint the cabinets. Like, we're going to make the yard pretty. Like, we're going to do them things on every house we touch on.
No matter what.
So that's kind of how we do our base 25 scope of work. And if there's something that we have to add on, we just add on to the 25,000. So like, I know Jimmy Shallow has a deal, and in their deal, he got to do a roof. So we did 25,000, add on 4,500 for the roof, add on another 5,000 to make a bathroom, and that's how we come up with our scope of work fast.
So you don't have to physically walk through every property, but you need to be able to look at the pictures. You need to be able to get a good idea, be able to do your comps, use Rehab Evaluator to do it quickly so that you're not waiting. If you're not a realtor, you're not waiting on a realtor to send you the comps. Go ahead and pull your comps so that you can make more offers. The name of the game is really making more offers. You're not in it if you're not making offers.
And even in Rehab Evaluator, you can put that scope of work in there, and it can be used over and over and over. So I found out about Rehab Evaluator because I liked how their scope of works in their scope of works look in their program. I didn't start out using it for all this other stuff. I started out using it for presentations and for my contractors to do my scope of works that was very detailed. All right. Questions? Let's get some questions in. We should feel comfortable calculating ARVs. We should be comfortable calculating the MAO.
Okay, this is a big question. Let me read it off. Have you guys experienced a difference in running ARV numbers based off of sale price per square foot opposed to overall sales price? For example, we found the Talia Drive to be 209,103. However, after running the compare average price per square foot, the ARV appears closer to 192. Would you mind sharing some on this side? Thanks.
Yes. So the quick way is to do it by the three comps divided by 3 gives you your ARV. But we also will look at the per square foot method also. So we didn't necessarily have time to go into that method, but for our team, we're going to go ARV on whichever one is lower. If the per square foot method is 192, that's going to be our ARV compared to the 209. So whichever one is lower is the one that we're going to base our numbers off of. So just for this training, we did a quick one way. But if you see that the per square foot method is lower, go with that method.
Roll with it. Whichever one is lower. Because at the end of the day, you want to be conservative.
And I think that Rehab Evaluator actually gives you that number too. We just we just ain't got time to go into per square foot method and the investor way.
We love you too. We didn't do the high point tiers. We knew we were gonna do 2, so we just picked that one and the Talia since those were the first 2 that came in.
Yes, you got it. We're running both of them and using the lower number as our safety net. Now that doesn't mean we can't list this property for 220, 215, 230. That just means we're basing it off of the lower of the numbers to make sure that we're safe. And if there's something that come on top of it, we just consider that gravy.
Yeah. We always want to be in a situation where if we have to refinance, we can refinance. So we don't want to go and we're hoping, wishing, and dreaming that it could be it. No, we want to be conservative. So if the market did what it did not too long ago, you're able to refinance and still not have to be stuck. You don't want to be stuck in any deal.
All right. Give us some questions. Thanks for bringing that per square foot method up too. And I know that's going to confuse some people, but we'll do a training on that later.
We will.
One thing I will say is that a lot of people that don't have experience, they just look at 1, maybe 2 properties that sold in the area. Like, understand that you got to look at the full picture of what's going on in that area to base your numbers off of. And don't invest based on speculation. Invest based on what has been proven to sell in that area.
And then don't do your rehab where it doesn't fit the comparables in the area. So if the comparables in the area are putting hardwood floors, then guess what? You need to put hardwood floors if you want it to sell for that price. If the comparables in the area are redoing both bathrooms, then guess what? You need remodeled bathrooms. You can't expect to leave the green tile on the wall and expect it to sell. And I say that because I got one today where they were asking $200,000 at Centerpoint with green tile. And I was just like, ooh, that's not gonna work.
All right. We do have a master class coming up. When is the master class, Ashley?
It's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central. Make sure you register. I'm gonna drop the link right here at the bottom. It is www.thedenmarks.us/master-class. Go ahead.
Can you put the link in the chat so that
I can't do it. Yasmin have to do it. It won't let me go into Facebook from here. But if
Okay.
Yasmin is on, she'll do it. If not, I'll drop it right after the training.
All right. All right. So, any questions? We held y'all.
Did you learn something today? Did you learn something? Are you ready to make some offers?
How many of y'all finna go test out this rehab evaluator is my question. Do you guys have a routine in-person meeting of any kind on days other than Tuesdays or Thursdays? I have a 10U baseball team. I'm no longer able to meet out on the regular art.
On the regular REIs at the Balkan.
The property walkthroughs.
Property walkthroughs every first Wednesday of the month. I see some needs in the chat.
Go test it out and let me know how it worked out for you now.
Yeah. For in-person, the property walkthroughs is definitely one of our in-persons, and we're doing every Tuesday in REI Decoded. So if you can't get in person, be able to do it virtually and just tag in.
Yeah.
This is what
that's kind of it. Yeah.
All right.
We're finna roll. We're finna get out of here.
You guys, we are excited. We hope you are excited. We hope this helps you really expedite your offers. I'm going to say this probably until I'm blue in the face, y'all. If you guys aren't making offers, then you can't say there aren't deals in the marketplace. All right. You can't say that there aren't deals if you aren't putting in offers. You should be putting in at the minimum 5 offers per week. And then don't just leave them there. You got to follow up with those offers until they sell. All right. If you learn anything, I need you to learn that you have to be in it to win it. All right. There are deals all over. There are deals coming from left and right. There are so many deals in this marketplace. But if you aren't making offers, they're not going to fall out the sky. These tools are for you to be able to make offers, be able to get in front of it and not have to guess it all the way through, but be able to feel confident about your offers so that you can do it quickly and be able to pump more out. All right.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. I made it through. Time to go get something to eat now.
Before your next meeting. All right. I love you guys. Can't wait to see you next week. You know what we're talking about next week?
Nope.
I think we're talking about private money next week.
Ooh,
I think we're talking about private money next week. I think we're talking about it. No. I think if it's not next week, it's the week after, but it's coming soon.
See y'all next week too.
Love you guys. Peace.